Good afternoon, groovy citizens, and happy Friday. You guys, it is Friday. The weekend is finally here. So let me just say this. I hope you all have had a great day so far. And I pray that you will have an even greater rest of the day, as well as an awesome and amazing weekend. Now, if you have to work this weekend, I still hope you have an amazing weekend nonetheless. And let us not forget, you guys, that this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us, that means you, that means me, that means us, rejoice and be glad in it. So before we jump into today's topic, I have just a few things that I want to share with you during my little catch up with me session. The first thing is, y'all, I finished writing a book. Well, I'm ghost writing a book, is what I like to call it, because what I'm doing is just taking someone's his name is Ross, and I'm taking his ideas and putting it into a book. And so yesterday I submitted the final chapter. So today I will work on the epilogue and we are done. I have the name of a young lady that I'm going to contact about doing the cover for the book, because we're very specific about what we want the cover to look like in terms of the characters as they are described in the book. So fingers crossed that we can get close to it, if not exactly what we're looking for. So like I said, I'm super excited. And the book is called Love Knows No Boundaries. So as soon as, well, I'm going to send it off to a young lady is going to do the editing for me, and then as soon as she's done with that and we have the cover, bam, I'm ready to just go to print with it. And you'll be able to get it from Amazon. And it's well, we're not going to do, we did decide we're not going to do an ebook on this one. It'll just be an actual hardcover book. So, like I told him, it's up to him. Just let me know what you want to do. So he decided he did not want to do an ebook, and that's fine too. So I can't wait till it comes out, because y'all know I'm going to order a copy and talk it up, and I want you all to go out and support that project. Okay. Now, the second thing on my list, I said this fall I'm going to be doing a pilot program called my Young Speakers Academy. This is something that I've always wanted to do, and I've been thinking about this actually even prior to the pandemic happening. And so at first I said, well, I'll wait till the first of the year. That little boy said no. I just finished a 3-day session with the incredible, my mentor, Mr. Bob Yates, and he talked about say yes to your dream. So I want you all to think about, just for a few minutes, just think about, what dreams do you have? Things that you've been telling yourself that you want to do. Y'all know how we do. Well, when the kids get older, when this happens, when that happens, when the other happens, I want to do A, B, C, X, Y, Z. And you have this dream that you have been wanting to do something with, and then you come up with all these excuses why you can't. So we talked about saying yes to your dream. Well, guess what? I'm going to say yes to my dream. And I just want to, and actually have already created the curriculum. I did that a couple of years ago. So I will be this weekend sitting down looking at that curriculum to see if I want to add to it or take away, or, just how I want to do that. I also want to create a workbook for it, so that the participants will have a workbook that goes along with this course. And it's really designed at helping our young people become better speakers. One of the things that I want to do, and I don't know how and I don't know when, but I want to do this. I want to do a TED Talk. Now, if you've ever seen a TED Talk, you are like the top of the barrel, if you will, as it relates to your speaking. So when you get up there to do these TED Talks, you notice you don't see them doing you don't see them doing any filler words. There's no uhs and ands and you knows and all that kind of good stuff. And so that's like the best of the best. And so that is something I aspire to do. And one of these days I will get there. But like I said, I want to work with our young people, because I noticed a lot of places have all kind of academies and classes that you can take as adults to become better speakers, but we don't have anything for the youth. So I want to start my Young Speakers Academy. I'm super excited. Now, I did say that I only want to work with 6 young people, just 6. And the reason why I want to keep that session small is because I want to really be able to give my full time and attention to each person. And so I don't want to start out with something big. I'm going to start out with something small. And so I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I'm working on all of that, and I'll get that out there. And the first 6 to sign up, it'll be free for them because it's a pilot program. But after that, there will be a cost associated with it. I have not decided if it's going to be a 6-week or a 12-week course. So I do need to work that out. But I am super excited, you guys. God is doing some great things in me, through me, for me, around me, all of that stuff, but it's all in service to his people. So that's it for my updates. Now let's get into today's topic, and it is your attitude is everything. Your attitude is everything. Do you know that your attitude can determine how you handle any situation? When life happens, your attitude about whatever it is that's happened will determine whether it makes or breaks you. It will determine if you are able to stand tall with your chest lifted, or are you going to walk around all sunk over. So this quote is by Eric Thomas that I want to share with you. He said, the first level to success in life is you singing. Didn't I just talk about how we just came out of a 3-day training on Say Yes to Your Dream? Well, the first level to success in life is you seeing it. See, you have to see it, because if you can't see it, there's no way you can achieve it. He says, you know exactly what you want. You know exactly you know exactly when you want it. You know exactly what it tastes like. You know what it looks like. You know what it smells like. If you don't know these things, you will compromise. See, when you're not quite sure about what it is that you want in life, I'm going to say life in general, that could be in a relationship, it could be for dinner, it could be for a job, whatever the case may be, then you will tend to, I can't stand when people, all this parking lot, and you got to pull up here next to me. Jesus, take the wheel. You'll tend to compromise. And when you compromise, what happens? You just settle for anything. And so that's what we don't. Oh, wait a minute, I'm over the line. Hold on, you guys. I want to make sure I'm not. There we go. Taking up 2 spaces. But when you compromise, you'll start to settle for anything. And that's what we don't want to do. So I thought that quote was very powerful. And then he says, your problem is you're not intentional. Now, this is what I need. I really need you all to hone in on what it is I'm saying. He said, your problem is we are not intentional and deliberate. You wake up Monday and you might be strong. I said might be. But by Wednesday, you're not intentional and deliberate. You're hoping that the best is going to happen to you, and the best never just happens to you. You have to decide you are going to do something, and you have to do it every day. That means you have to get up and do it every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, every Friday, every Saturday, every Sunday. You get back up and you do it all over again. Y'all, that's powerful. I'm going to leave that in the description box. And then here's another one by Eric Thomas. He says, when you want it as bad as you want to breathe, I'm willing to make a sacrifice. I'm willing to go through any pain. So essentially what he's saying is, when you want whatever that thing is that you want as bad as you want to take your next breath, have your air supply cut off. And I promise you, you want to breathe. I don't know if you've ever choked on a piece of food or some water or something, and when you can't breathe, what do? You panic. And at that moment, you don't care what's going on in the world. You don't care how much money you have in your bank account. You don't care what the people around you have or don't have. In that moment, all you want to do is breathe. You've got to get like that as it relates to you achieving your goals and your dreams. And that's when he says, I'm willing to make any sacrifice. You have to be willing to sacrifice getting some sleep. You got to be willing to sacrifice spending time with your family and your friends. You have to be willing to sacrifice and cut off some folks. Come on, somebody, so that you can get to the end result. He says, I'm willing to go through any pain. I'm willing to go through any suffering. I'm willing to go through whatever it takes so I won't be the one who surrenders when I face my fears one-on-one. Y'all, that's powerful. Like I said, I'm going to leave all of that in the description box, and I'm going to get driving because I have a 3 o'clock call, and I do have a call to make when I get home, as I'm working on plans for our next year's family reunion. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be going to New Jersey. And so I'm trying to get stuff locked in now. But going back to my topic, I want to unpack that just a little bit, and then I'll let you be. You know, what did I say? Your attitude is everything. Do you know that when you're in a relationship and someone decides, they just wake up one day and decide that they don't want to be with you anymore, your attitude to that breakup makes the world a difference. Let's say you're in a job that you've been in for years, and all of a sudden something happens and that job says, you know what, we no longer want you here. Or the job has to cut back on the number of employees that it has for whatever reason. And so you're getting the boot. Your attitude determines how you get past that thing. Your attitude is, let me roll my window in case it gets a little too windy. Your attitude is going to determine how you handle life when life comes knocking at your door. Because I'm going to tell you a little secret. Life will happen to all of us. I've talked about this before. Life will happen to you. It happens to me. It happens to all of us. But how you handle it will make a huge difference. So here's what I want to leave you with. Oh my God, really? Did you just open the door and step out in traffic, you buffoon? This is what I want to leave you with. Yo, why do people try my patience? And I'm sorry, I digress, but this is what I want to leave you with. When life happens, I want you to dust yourself off. Dust your hands off. Brush your pants off. Brush your knees off. Because 9 times out of 10, life has knocked you to your knees. I want you to brush your knees off. And then I want you to hold your head up. Stand up straight. Hold your head up and say, you know what? This too shall pass. And I am bigger. Come on, somebody. I am bigger than anything that has happened to me. And you have to believe that. I'm going to tell you why you have to believe that. Because if you really stop and think, we've all been through some stuff in our lives. Yes, we all have been through some stuff in our lives, and you have overcome each and every obstacle that sought to take you out. And guess what? It didn't, because you're still here. So I need you to have the mindset that, okay, this is a minor setback. This too shall pass. I am bigger than whatever it is that happened to me. I will succeed. This thing will not beat me. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have that mindset, and I promise you it's going to take you far. See, the problem comes in when life happens. Most of us want to curl up in a corner and just cry. Well, I don't have time for that. I always tell people, if you see me crying, you better watch out, because that means I'm pissed and somebody's going to get it. Do you hear what I'm saying? So I don't have time to sit in a corner and just cry. Not doing it. Life happens, and then you say, okay, well, you know what? That didn't work out, but I refuse to let it defeat me. I will win, and I'm going to accomplish whatever it is that I set out to accomplish. It's your mindset. It's your attitude. And I see so many people that have experienced life happening, and they just want to give up. They don't have the desire to do anything else. They feel beat down. They're let down, but they feel beat down, and so they don't want to do anything else. But we're not doing that. Not anymore. Not anymore. And you better hope to God that I never see you do it, because we're going to have a real come to Jesus meeting. A real down home come to Jesus meeting, because I'm not going to let you give up on yourself. Here's what I tell people all the time. God doesn't give up on us. So what makes you think you have a right to give up on you? You don't. And I'm never going to give up on you, so you certainly don't have a right to give up on yourself. You guys, that's it. That's my time. I hope something that I shared with you today resonates with you. I hope it makes you stop and think about how you're going to handle situations going forward. Don't let the negativities of life beat you to your knees and keep you there. Yes, life will happen, but you don't have to stay down. just because you've been knocked down. Come on, somebody. Get up, go out there, be the successful individual that I know that you are. Because we are children of the Most High God. And God is not a quitter, so neither are we. If you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. So glad to have you here. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. So good to see you guys. It's always a pleasure to be able to see you. And y'all, look, I forgot to tell you, I was going to be doing a cooking video tomorrow. I have to move that back, or today actually, but I have to move it back till Sunday. So be looking out for my cooking video on Sunday. You guys, I love you all to the moon and back. You know the drill. You know my spiel. There's nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing that you can do about it. We will talk again tomorrow, because I think there's going to be a part 2 to how your attitude is everything. Till then, take care.